Champions Cup Sunday games. This is the remnants of what's left, so it's the last games and it's just Pool 1. There's not a whole lot going on here except that Toulouse and Leinster are through, and it's just kind of working out where they finish up, because at the minute Leinster are the 5th ranked qualifier who's a pool winner, which puts them below Munster, Edinburgh, Racing and Saracens, and Toulouse are the bottom ranked runner-up, but obviously each of them has a game in hand, so potentially Leinster and Toulouse, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, yeah, could both pass Munster. I think Toulouse would need a bonus point win, but I guess they may finish on the same number of points. Either way, both sides will be looking to get wins, because despite the fact that they've already qualified, it is still going to make a difference to where they finish up. At the minute, Ulster are 6th and Glasgow 7th, so those are the two runner-up qualifiers. For Bath and for Wasps, it's pretty much playing for pride, but hey, if they got the jersey on, I suppose they'll want to do a job. Start with that first one, and that one is Wasps against Leinster. And for this one, I mean, Wasps haven't got a win in the Champions Cup this season, and the last time they played Leinster, they got something of a hiding. So they'll certainly be wanting to at least show they're about more than what they've been able to show off this season. And yeah, just perhaps restore a bit of pride in that jersey for Europe. I suppose they're going to be focusing on the Premiership soon enough, but it's kind of one last shot before the Six Nations to do something in Europe. There's a few players back for Leinster. I know Sean O'Brien's back, and that's cool to see him back after that arm injury, and Henshaw's back as well. So I mean, Ireland fans will be pretty keen to see those guys back, although McGrath is out, so Jamison Gibson Park is starting for them. For Wasps, who else did I read was back? Nizam Carr's starting, and Cooper Woolley is swapping places with Will Stewart, because Thomas Young's injured. That's according to the BBC. So, I mean, you look at the lineups, Leinster are still Lama at 15, so kind of a, again, different feeling from what you get when you get Carney back there. But I mean, Henshaw, Ringrose, that's pretty nice looking. Gibson Park and Byrne at 9 and 10 is not quite what we're used to seeing, but I know it was an interesting one last week, because a bunch of people said they thought Byrne played really well, and a bunch of people said that he's definitely no Sexton. So I suppose you can do both. You can play well and still not be Johnny Sexton. But yeah, some people seemed a bit critical of him, especially given how well Carberry was playing for Munster. So I suppose we will see how he goes this week at the helm. For Wasps, I mean, they could certainly use a better outing than the last time. Sopawanga is always going to have that pressure on him the way things have been going. You know, back row of Shields, Carr and Hughes is a pretty good looking back row. So I hope that they can put in a decent effort. Daly is back on the wing as well, so it's not going to be an easy job, but hey, they're at home. They've got a bit of pride to play for. It's the defending champions coming to town, so if you can't get up for this one, you're not going to get up. So last chance to win a game. Spoil a bit of Leinster's party. We'll see how they go, although the bookies have got Leinster by 15 points, so making them pretty comfortable favourites for that one. The next one, Bath, who did get a win recently over Wasps, faced Toulouse. So Toulouse have got the same record as Leinster, just 4 wins and the 1 loss. They've traded results at each other's homes, so it's the only time they've been beaten. And yeah, Bath, the last time they played Toulouse, someone reminded me in the comments, that was that unfortunate one for Freddie Burns, where he was kind of cantering in for a try and had the ball knocked out of his hands from Medard behind him. And that was pretty embarrassing. So I don't think he's playing, because he's still out injured, but he will definitely be wanting his team to perhaps right that wrong if possible, but again, it's not looking like an easy job. There's a few players kind of swapping around. Toulouse have still got Colby, they've still got Kaino, they've still got Faumuina. So again, there's especially Colby has just been an absolute hot form for the Champions Cup thus far. For Bath, because Faletau is out kind of tragically after such a good shift last week, Francois Lowe is in. Jonathan Joseph's back as well, so that's all according to the BBC. Lineups, I mean, Toulouse is looking like a pretty tough prospect. Gitunen and Tamak in there, Colby, Kaino, Elstad. Yeah, it's looking tough. I mean, for Bath, Charteris is going to need to have a big game. Priestland, hopefully he has a better outing than Burns did in that last one. Van Rooyen will need to hold the scrum up because they could come under a bit of pressure. The bookies have got Toulouse by 20, so they're not giving Bath much chance of kind of finishing the season on a high. But like I said, Toulouse and Leinster both have a lot to play for. More motivation than Bath or Wasps, so perhaps that comes into it as well. Either way, I suppose we'll see how things go. You guys let me know your thoughts on these games. How do you think they're going to go? Do you think the bookies are pretty much on song with their calls of pretty comfortable victories for Leinster and Toulouse? Or do you think Wasps and Bath can kind of throw a spanner in the works in these last games of the final round? They're both on at 4:15 tomorrow morning my time, so I will be heading to bed early tonight, and I will try and catch Leinster Wasps. That'll be the one I watch, and I'll watch the highlights of the other one. But yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts, and I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.